Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to Amatsutsumi. We are in the other Hotaru route. I don't know if this is the true route or an alternate ending. I'm actually referring to the route we just finished as Hotaru's route. So I want to say that this is the true one. It's pretty much the same thing that we've been through, but with some added interactions with the original Hotaru sprinkled in here and there. And that's about that. Well, I guess to be a little bit more specific, she's kind of opening up. And we're kind of seeing her as Hotaru, and not just a thing. Which is good, because I think we need to humanize her in order to want to save her, if that's, I don't know, the direction that we're going in here. So let us read on and see what is going to be happening here. I spend most of the next day walking all around town with Hotaru, taking a tour of important places in my memories. So I think this is the first time that we're actually summarizing something that's already happened instead of going through it again. And that's okay. That just kind of tells me we really are branching off now. I love my Hotaru very much, of course, and she's very precious to me. There's not a doubt in my mind of that. It's the simple truth, and I couldn't be more sure of it. But somewhere in the back of my mind, I was always thinking about the other Hotaru, the original Hotaru. One person existing twice in this world simultaneously. She's the girl I love, and there's two of her. They're completely the same and yet totally different. That contradiction seems to whisper into my mind, telling me what I should aim for. Well, what are we gonna aim for here? I'm a little curious. In the afternoon, Hotaru parted ways with me to spend time with family and friends until Sunday, so I was able to come to the hospital quite early today. Did we ask her to marry us, or did that change? Good evening. I'm careful to mind my oh my god. Oh, it's getting worse the further in we go. My manners and greet the occupant of the room before I approach her and sit down in the chair by her bed. She looks at me and sighs deeply. I last saw her only yesterday, but she already looks noticeably weaker today. Are you okay? I thought she'd have some biting words for me as usual, so I'm a little thrown off by her languor. If she's feeling particularly bad today, maybe I shouldn't stay too long. She slowly, sluggishly lifts one arm and stares at the palm of her hand. Her hand is trembling. While thinking of ways to save you, I did think of one thing. I speak softly and she turns her eyes on me. You said they can't understand how you're still alive, and you look relatively healthy considering the seriousness of your condition. That's one miracle. Another miracle is your ability to create copies of yourself. It's natural to assume that these two miracles are connected. In other words, maybe the Hotaru you scorn as a puppet is actually functioning as a way to collect life force to keep you alive. Suzuka and Kyoko were two people sharing a single life. Plus, even without directly using kotodama, Kyoko was able to continuously transfer her life force to Suzuka through some kind of link. Couldn't something similar to be happening between the two Hotarus? She sighs again. So she had thought of that too. Well, that's not surprising since it's a hypothesis about herself. Oh yeah, desperation.
だから、助けてよ。
At least she's like actually asking and not demanding it out of us now. If she can ask me for help so meekly, she must really be feeling sicker than usual. Unable to immediately find the words to respond, I let my eyes wander around the room a bit. I see my lunchbox nearby. I pick it up and look inside. I can't tell if she's eaten any of the burdock, but one of the omelet bites is missing. Did you like it?
なんとか飲み込んだだけ。食べ物を粗末にする趣味はないから。ごめんなさい。それは持って帰って。
Alright. That has to be the first time she's ever apologized to me. I can tell I have even less time left than I thought. She suddenly laughs. Her face is pale and the sweet smell is stronger than before.
ねえ、話をして。何でもいいから。
What a contrast to the person we met only a few days ago. That's why I'm here.
そうね。
I frowned at the labored sigh. Will you trust me?
何、急に。
It won't be enough to save you, but I can share a little bit of my life force with you. So I want you to accept my kotodama.
そう油断させておいて。私をどうにかする。チャンスにはなるわね。
Realizing why I'm asking for her trust, she thinks for a moment.
いいわ。あなたの次の言葉は、無条件に受け入れてあげる。そう覚悟してあげる。
Thank you.
感謝は変だわ。
She goes even more limp, her back sinking further into her pillow. I'm not trying to trick her at all. I really do just want to ease her suffering by what little I can. The words don't have to be anything special. For example, I don't even remember what particular words Mana used to save my life after I almost died healing Azuki-san. But I feel like this moment is a turning point. I love you. Ooh. The original Hotaru's eyes widen. I continue. I have my opinions, complaints about you, but as we've talked, I've come to understand one thing. You are also, without a doubt, Minazuki Hotaru. And so I want you to talk with me more. I love you. I feel a weight in my chest as if it's been packed with stones. It's proof that my kotodama got through to her. She laughs. Then she weakly reaches out her arm towards me and grabs me by my shirt collar. Compared to how weak her arm looked as she raised it from the bed, the power of her grip is unimaginably magnificently strong. I find it hard to breathe.
教えて。
Okay.
私はあなたに恋をするの。
Well, first you have to make it past, like, I don't know, a few days from now. She asks me the same question I once asked her.
昨日あなたの話を聞いて、もう一人の私の話を聞いて笑ってしまったわ。あなたと結ばれて世界の見え方が変わるほど私が変わったと聞いて羨ましいと思ってしまったのよ。今の私はあのテク人形にすら劣るというのを。
She's smiling, but her eyes are burning with anger. Hotaru? I'm at a loss for how to respond to her sudden desperation. At first, I can hardly understand what she's asking me, or what's changed in her. Did she say she's jealous of her other self? Ah. Now I see. I mean, I wouldn't blame her whatsoever. You're stuck here while copies of yourself are going out and about and finding love, living life. Like I said just now, the original Hotaru is Hotaru 2, so I have some idea of what this is. It's hard for me to imagine from the way she usually speaks and acts, but that must be it. Just now, she's become strongly aware of romantic love for the first time in her life, and she's confused by it, which means...
比べてみなさいよ。
Compare? Huh? Before I can finish my question, she yanks on my collar, pulling me closer to her. What the hell? Are you kidding me, game? No. No, 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 no. I can't roll with this. There were some scenes I could not roll with in the first place. But this one I most definitely can't. Are you kidding me? I stumble, my vision flips, and I'm unable to immediately process the situation. I don't even know what we're looking at here. I hear the original panting nearby. I hear a soft blanket on my back. Oh. Well, that happened. That really happened quick. That should not have happened that quick. Why? She shouldn't even be able to do this whatsoever. Why is this happening? There's also another... There's a mistake in the text, but... Okay, whatever. I finally grasp the situation. I'm pinned to the bed. Yeah, things really have, like, moved around here. I'm shocked that Hotaru's small, slender arms would pin me down to the bed. No, just now I used a kotodama on her. She temporarily gained power, and at the same time, I'm drained of so much power that I can't even stand up on my legs. Hotaru? I whisper her name again. The original's eyes burn from up close. She slides off her arm. Oh, yep, we're getting right into it. Oh, goddamn. We are jumping right into. Yep, we're jumping right into it. Oh man. I guess like the scene here seems very I mean there's a lot of things wrong with it, but I feel like we kind of like jumped the gun, or they did. Like we haven't gotten to this step yet. We really haven't. I don't know if there's like anything that we really should pay attention to here. I mean, we're saying you can't seriously be thinking of having sex in your condition, can you? You'll die. I'm practically yelling at her. However...
バカね。ずっと言ってるでしょ。何もしなければ死ぬのよ。
You'll die unless you do it. The original pays no heed to me and opens the hem of my yukata, sliding down my underwear.
死ぬためだけに生きるのなんてごめんだわ。私は自分のやりたいことをやって、命のある限り生き続けるのよ。
Wow, I'm really glad she's come up with this spontaneous, I don't know, optimism? Guess that kotodama does some work. I freeze for a second upon hearing the sentiment coming out of the original's mouth. That's the same wish, the same will that I have. And I can't refute it. Oh. But right now isn't a suitable situation no matter how you look at it. I try to sit up, but at the same time, the original grabs my member.
あなたの命を
That's not
ちょ
cool.
うだいよ。
I'm not down with that idea. What? Without pause, an intense pain shoots... God damn it. Oh my gosh. What the hell is happening? Okay, I have absolutely no idea how much of that I'm cutting out. I think just all of it. To be on the absolute safe side, I think I'm just cutting out that entire section there. There were moments that weren't really H-scene-ish, but the dialogue was, so that's going in with. There were a lot of I love yous, a lot of I hate yous in response, and then they kissed last, which is a little out of order, but they were physically connected. They really did share an intimate moment, and it just feels strange, and that's probably because of the use of kotodama, but it still felt really out of place. I wasn't really comfortable with this one, if any of that makes sense. I just didn't really like this one. I don't know. Sensing her breathing change, I opened my eyes. Oh yeah, that's right. So she took like a quick snooze because she's tired, obviously, and I think we're doing the same. Just as she said, it's only been a few minutes. The first thing I see is Hotaru awake, looking at me. Her gaze is calmer than I've ever seen it. The Hotaru outside these walls said that her whole world changed after she joined with me for the first time. I wonder whether this Hotaru feels the same way. But...
手をつないで。
She extends her trembling hand toward me, her small soft hand reaching out to be saved. I take that hand in mine. It's still hot from our recent exertion, but even so it's colder than it should be.
暖かい。
A slight smile escapes onto her face. I hold her hand a little more tightly. I'm here. And you're here too. Do you feel any different?
よくわからない。まあ、一つ思い出にはなったわね。
Yeah, I mean, she really did go out with a bang there, or she can now. Suddenly I feel a ghastly premonition. The sickly sweet smell assaults my senses stronger than it's ever been. This is the smell of death. Wait. I raise my voice. Don't give up. Hotaru chokes. Wait, was she actually about to fucking die there? Are you kidding me? This is bad. I should have realized. I'm the one who pointed out she might be feeling worse because of her lack of contact with her copy. She's been keeping herself alive so far only by her strong will to live. But just now, I think a thought flickered briefly in her mind, maybe I've struggled enough. As I rub her back, she laughs a blood-curdling laugh.
死なない。死にたくない。生きたい。死ぬくらいなら殺してやる。みんな殺してやる。
Yep, that's the original Hotaru we know. She mutters to herself, her mouth twitching. The light of will slowly manages to rekindle itself in her eyes through the strength of her hatred and rage. But the fact remains that she's almost out of time. Hotaru, there's something I need you to do. It's very important.
何？頼み。
She's come back to her senses, but her eyes still waver as they seek out my face. I want you to sit down with the Hotaru you call your copy, and I want you to properly talk things out with her.
なんで？
I want you to talk to her just like you talk to me, on equal terms without the rage and disgust. Because my kotodama alone isn't going to cut it. The truth is, I've already thought of one possible way to save Minazuki Hotaru. One Hotaru, the copy, is healthy, and another, the original, is at death's door. So if I switch their natures, the real Hotaru will survive. The problem had been how to get the original Hotaru to accept my kotodama. But in her current state, I'm sure it wouldn't be hard. In fact, I could have done it just a few minutes ago. All I had to do was betray her trust when I asked her to accept my kotodama. It was the perfect chance for me to save Hotaru. It was a chance so perfect that it might never come again. And yet...
みんなの笑顔と幸せを守ってあげて。
including this wicked witch.
それがお願い。
Everyone means everyone. Please, Hotaru. Please. Her gaze still wanders, unable to focus on my face. But she smiles.
ホタルが痛いわ。
Oh, I think that's something we can arrange. Then she loses consciousness. Hotaru. I bend over, panicking. Thankfully, she's still breathing. But her breathing is very shallow, and her skin is cold to the touch. Unlike those in my village who died in the epidemic of high fever, Hotaru is losing her body heat as her life begins to grind to a halt. I carefully remove the intravenous needle from her arm. Then I place my arms under her back and legs and lift her up. Her body is too light, almost as if mirroring how little life force she has left.
行きなさい。
Let's go, Hotaru. I can't let her meet her end in this dark place. Let's go see the fireflies. It's summer outside, did you know? I think she does know. She opened the window not too long ago. Oh, man. I emerge from the hospital building and look up at the night sky. Damn, this music, it's really good, honestly. But it's also really sad. The air is hotter than usual and the town is illuminated by bright moonlight. I take out my phone, dial Hotaru's number, and press it to my ear with my shoulder.
もしもし誠さん
Hotaru.
どうしたの
She's surprised at the urgency in my voice. Where are you right now?
いいえですけど
I want you to come outside right now. I'm in front of the hospital building.
夜のデートって雰囲気じゃなさそうですね
She seems to guess from my tone that something's wrong. Hotaru is... The original Hotaru is dying. She's silent for a moment.
そう予想以上に早かったのね
Well, yes, some events may have led to it, but yeah.
でもなんで誠さんがそれを知ってるの
Please, Hotaru, come outside. I plead with her, not wanting to waste time explaining things.
私に黙って会っていたんですね
Yes?
少し待っていてください
She hangs up. 3 minutes pass and then 5. I try to keep calm as I wait. A giggle rises from my arms. The original Hotaru looks up at me. My phone call must have woken her up. No, she's not looking up at me. She's looking far past me. She's looking up to the sky where the stars are shining.
夏だわ
Damn, she really do not look good. She reaches a shaky hand toward the heavens.
暑くてジメジメしてて臭くて食欲も湧かなくて私の大嫌いな季節嫌いよ嫌いなの
She sounds like she's talking in her sleep, having a nightmare, but her hand remains outstretched as if trying to grasp at something.
死にたくない死にたくないもっと私は生きたい
Her arm falls back down limp. She's lost consciousness again. That is not good. I bend down to place my ear near her mouth. Her breathing is audible but very shallow. She's still alive. Listen to my voice. Live, Hotaru. I pour my soul into the soft words. Finally, I hear footsteps approaching.
誠さん
Hotaru. We call each other's names and then stand facing each other. Hotaru looks at the original Hotaru cradled in my arms.
外へ連れ出したのね
She said that she wanted to see the fireflies.
いいわ言いたいことはあるけどまず行きましょう
Yeah, I hope she doesn't feel betrayed. Hotaru begins to walk quickly, taking the lead. I follow behind her. The mirror surface of the lake reflects the moon in the sky. As we hurry along, I'm struck by the beauty of it. The original Hotaru is barely breathing. She's so light in my arms that I have to keep looking down to make sure that she's really there. Hotaru looks back at us often, but says nothing and continues walking. Oh yeah, she gonna die. Maybe. I mean, the signs really are pointing at her like, about to not be existing. Finally, we all reach our destination alive. This is where all things come to fruition.
どうするの
Hotaru, who had walked ahead of us the whole time, turns around and faces me.
どうしてオリジナルをここに連れてきたの
For a while now, I've been talking to her at night. I look down at the original Hotaru in my arms. At first, I hated her so much I almost wanted to kill her. But as we talked more and more, I understood that she's Minazuki Hotaru too. Just like you.
そうでも最後にホタルを見たいだなんて
She smiles sadly at the Hotaru in my arms.
ずいぶん可愛くなっちゃったのね
Hotaru. I gently shake the original Hotaru.
ついたの
She opens her eyes slightly and looks around. Seeing this, Hotaru steps into a nearby flower bed. Light rises from the ground. The original Hotaru sees the flock of faint lights and breathes a sigh of appreciation. In the middle of the light stands the girl who shares their name. Her eyes are closed and she doesn't speak.
下ろして。
The original Hotaru mutters to me. There's no sting in her words, her voice is utterly tired and very weak. And she's not looking at me, but at the countless faint green lights dancing in the night air. Slowly, I set her on her feet.
土の感触。
She sounds overcome with emotion simply by standing barefoot on the naked earth of the field. Hotaru is quietly watching the two of us. Noticing her gaze, the original Hotaru looks up at her, and she begins to walk forward. She walks very slowly, dragging each foot behind the other. With each step, she seems to squeeze out one more drop of her life. Hotaru. I try to lend her a hand, but
いいの。
the Hotaru standing in the field won't let me. Her gaze is intense.
どれだけ苦しくても自分の力で歩きたいの。そうね。
I can't see her face from where I'm standing, but I hear the original Hotaru laugh.
私はあの暗い病室でベッドの上からまともに起き上がることすらできず、ずっと自分の力で立ち上がりたかった。また歩きたかったのよ。
As Hotaru speaks, the original Hotaru continues to move slowly towards her. They're only a few paces apart. She sways unsteadily from side to side. Many times, she almost stumbles, but rights herself. She keeps walking determined, as if the pale lights in the air are calling her. And finally, wowzers. There they are. She makes it all the way. The two Hotarus stand face to face. Even though Hotaru is usually so talkative, right now they only look into each other's eyes silently. I can't speak a word either. The silence probably lasts for less than a minute, but it feels like an eternity. Finally, the original Hotaru speaks.
綺麗。ねえ。素敵な場所でしょ？この間、うちの病院で亡くなった女の子の家族が、私のことを話していたそうよ。看護師から聞いたけど、その女の子は両親が共働きで、個室だったから寂しくしていたけれど、私が何度も訪ねてきて遊んであげていたって。もちろん私には覚えがない。
The original Hotaru laughs.
それはあなたのことなんでしょうね。あなたは1週間しかない命で。
I had no idea she'd been doing things like that either. Hotaru doesn't deny it. She just quietly listens to the original Hotaru's words.
お礼を言われたって。ありがとう、ありがとうって。彼女の両親はあなたのことばかり話していたそうよ。私も気分が良かった。褒められたことがじゃない。私以外の人間が死ぬと気分が良かった。死ね。みんな死ね。私は死なない。死んでやるものか。その女の子は私の代わりに死んだんだって。
Jesus. I don't even know what to say to that one.
あの子は 私の代わりなんかじゃない。
Hotaru answers her quietly.
ご両親に見取られて、最後は苦しまずに笑顔で言ったんだよ。最後の嫌がらせ、もう眉一つ動かせないか。
The original Hotaru closes her eyes and laughs softly. This time she's laughing at herself. After a moment she opens her eyes and looks at Hotaru again, frowning.
綺麗で眩しいかつての稲月蛍、どうして私はこんなにもお前にできるなら私にもできるはず。健康でみんなの幸せを願い笑顔を振りまいていたかつての自分。稲月蛍。
Yeah, wait, what? The original Hotaru stretches out her trembling arms as if to reclaim something she's lost. But there's nothing for her hands to take. Instead, they settle around Hotaru's neck. Hotaru doesn't resist.
取り戻せないならいっそ。
She begins to strangle Hotaru. But there's not much strength left in her arms. Hotaru is struggling to breathe, but she's still standing. If she wanted, she could easily defend herself. So instead of rushing in to help her, I simply watch.
取り戻せるよ。
Hotaru's voice is strained but clear. The original Hotaru's shoulders tremble.
今からだってあと数分で終わりを迎えるかもしれなくたって取り戻せる。あなたが変われば、
If you change yourself? What the
あな
fuck?
たが信じれば取り戻せる。だってあなたも私なんだもん。
Even with the original Hotaru's hands on her throat, she manages to smile. The original Hotaru stands frozen for a few moments, and then her arms drop from Hotaru's neck.
いいわ。
Yeah, just, pull a Higurashi. If you believe, it'll work out. She looks up at Hotaru and smiles. It's a pure, genuine smile, as if a heavy weight has fallen from her shoulders. She sticks out her hand, but this time she just wants to shake Hotaru's hand.
私を稲月蛍をあなたにあげる。いいの？
Hotaru looks at the original Hotaru's hand, a little surprised.
いいわ。言霊であなたの方がオリジナルになれば少なくとも稲月蛍は残る。そうすれば私は思い出にある綺麗な姿のまま愛する人と一緒にいられる。
That's the idea I originally had, which should work as long as the original Hotaru accepts my kotodama to transfer her identity to Hotaru.
もういい。もう疲れた。わかった。
Hotaru reaches out and shakes the original Hotaru's hand. Together, the two of them await the final words. I am he who speaks bane but a word, boon but a word. Granter of wishes. God. That's not it. I mutter the words.
何？
They both react with the same surprised expression. I'm afraid I won't grant that wish. I'm only human. All the feelings that have built up in me over the summer, combined with the promise I made to Hotaru that day, they've become the force that drives me to keep moving forward, never stopping.
何を言ってるの？
I didn't bring you two together so you could give up on living and finding happiness. I brought you together because two heads are better than one. Maybe if none of us could think of a solution separately, we can find one by thinking together. When I didn't know what to do, you would come and show me an entirely new path. I'm sure that we'll find a solution this time too. Even though, as Hotaru said, we only have a few minutes left.
だって、私たちは同じ。違う。
The original Hotaru interrupts her.
同じだけど、違う。あなたは、私じゃない。私は、あなたじゃない。私は、諦めてしまった。一度でも、考えなさい。ホタル。あなたは、私よりも、多くの経験をしたんでしょう。
She squeezes Hotaru's hand, and she smiles.
私を助けるためじゃない。何も思いつかなくてもいい。できなくても失望したりしない。でも、やって、見せて、あなたを解放してあげる。
Hotaru immediately begins to think. She thinks deeply. She thinks even more deeply.
言霊の力。二人のホタル。命は増えない。
She keeps thinking, muttering to herself for what seems like eons. From time to time, her eyes close, but I can see her eyeballs darting around underneath her eyelids. After a long, long time, she opens her eyes and states her conclusion.
でも、私とオリジナルのあなたが違うなら、意志は二つに増えている。心には限界がない。
I see. Hotaru and I exclaim at almost the same moment. I breathe in sharply.
同じものが二つあるから、どちらか一つだけを選ばなくてはいけない。そう考えるからいけないんだ。
Why does Makoto have such a thick neck? We had the wrong assumptions from the beginning. It's not an either-or choice. We can just undo it.
何？ホタル。
My lovely, intelligent Hotaru squeezes the confused original Hotaru's hand even tighter.
私をオリジナルのホタルとして認めて。それはもう認めた。それからあなたを消すんじゃなくて私に戻す。あなたの意志も記憶も考えも本当に全部私にちょうだい。元に戻るのよ。
Finally understanding, the original Hotaru sighs with a mixture of admiration and disbelief. Yeah, I kind of get what's going on here. Just go to the new body, kind of. My kotodama power can't create life force from nothing. It can't turn one thing into two. To add in one place, I have to subtract somewhere else. But if I'm just transferring something from one container to another, that's simply creating a channel and guiding the flow, and doesn't need much power. This is the kind of solution that's only possible by combining both my kotodama and Hotaru's copying power.
でも、何かをしくじれば、命が救われたとしても、私たちの心が壊れるかもしれない。
Don't worry, it worked like most of the time in Steins Gate, so it's all good. No, I can do it. Despite her pessimism, my mind is made up, and I've steeled myself for the task. I know the answer. The answer is that there is no answer. Nobody else can tell you how much anything is worth to you. You have to go, see, and decide for yourself. You'll never know what awaits you at your destination until you go there. And the places you visit in your search for the answer will become the signposts on your path forward. And that's how I know I can do it. I gather the original Hotaru into my arms. You are not the real Minazuki Hotaru. Then I turn my eyes and my voice to the Hotaru standing before me. You are the real Minazuki Hotaru. With this, the foundation has been laid. I feel a heavy weight in my chest. It proves that both of the kotodamas have taken effect. No, it's more than that. All I did was switch definitions in their minds. Kotodamas that simple should barely take anything out of me, and yet a shudder runs through my body. This is bad. Along the way from the hospital to this flower garden, I've been slowly feeding the original Hotaru life force to keep her alive. I didn't realize I had shaved down my own life force to such a dangerous level already. But regardless, I can't stop now. Are you ready? Ignoring the chills and nausea, I check with one of them, or with them one last time. They both nod immediately. I hope that he's able to survive this time around.
私たちの願いは同じだもの。死にたくない。生きたい。明日を見たい。道しるべを思って愛する人は同じだから。
They're already speaking almost in unison. It sounds like they're already just one person. The girls I love have placed their trust in me, and so I speak the final kotodama. I hereby reunite Minazuki. What's happening? Are we dying? I can't speak. My consciousness begins to fade. At a time like this, Wow, we really screwed the pooch on this one, didn't we? Damn. If only we grinded a little bit more in the dungeons, we wouldn't have had this problem. I hear water. I feel water lapping at my ankles. Beneath my feet, I feel rock. But I can't see a thing. It's pitch black. I can't put anything into words. I can feel the water, the rock, the darkness, but I can't feel my own existence. I instinctively understand that I've reached the other side. I was so close. Just one more word. I guess I didn't make it in time. I did my best, and it wasn't enough. No, at least I did save Hotaru. I wasn't able to recombine their two minds into one, but at least I was able to switch their natures so that the healthy one became the original. So that's not good enough at all. I've come all this way, I can't give up now. Even if my life is spent, my will still survives. I'm still here. That's not over yet. I have to keep moving forward as long as even one speck of me remains. But it's so dark here. I can't find my mouth, my throat, my lungs, air. Someone please. Light. I plead desperately inside my mind. And then suddenly a light appears at my feet, floating on the surface of the water. A water lantern. I'm startled by the sound of my own voice. The faint light of the lantern is bringing me back together. Oh shit. Damn, we really are dying. We're hallucinating and all of that. We're really falling apart. I'm not sure whether I'm imagining it, but I hear a voice like the sound of Suzu bells. There's nothing in this world that doesn't have a meaning. Everything is connected. But what can I do now? The light at my feet is faint and could disappear at any moment. All I need is to say one more word. I search for the answer in the darkness. Something I can substitute for my life force. Something precious enough to qualify. And then I realize my hand flies to my throat. It's right here. Here is something sufficiently precious. Oh. I don't care if I can never use it again. Because I've made my decision to live as a human being. Because I've promised that I too will find happiness. Because I have somewhere to come home to now. I know what I wish for. I want to live alongside the people I love. So I speak. By converting my kotodama power into life. I hereby reunite Minazuki Hotaru. So do we die now, or do we get to live on as just a regular human? I think given the opportunity to sacrifice our power like that was really helpful. Thanks, Suzuka. August, the height of summer. That week, the week of miracles, is over, and since then another week has come and gone. This is the world after the midnight chime. It's just the same as it ever was. I keep my fingers crossed, hoping something extra fun will happen while the world continues to turn happily, peacefully. Man, it's so hot. They say that the more you complain about the heat, the hotter you'll feel. To us kotodama users, that's no mere adage. It's the literal truth. But no matter how strongly I declare it, I don't feel any hotter than it actually is. Of course, it hardly makes me feel cooler either. Done with looking up at the sky, I turn back to my work. After cleaning the sidewalk out front, I flip the sign on the door to open and go inside. I guess we are alive.
お疲れ様、お兄ちゃん。
Azuki-san offers me a chilled glass of barley tea. I thankfully accept it and down it in emotion. It's really hot outside.
暑いというより、やばいわよね。飲み物だけのお客さんが多くなりそう。
Shaved ice and ice cream are probably going to be popular orders too.
ま、この時期はダラダラやりましょう。
Take it easy?
そうよ。人生長いんだから、肩肘張らずに自分らしく生きるのが一番なんだから。
I see. I'm grateful for the wise words from my new mother. But as the day goes on, it turns out our predictions were way off. Not a single customer has arrived yet. It must be so hot that everyone's trapped at home today. Even Azuki-san eventually retires to her room. Take it easy. Standing up straight at the counter while I wait for a customer to arrive, I try saying the phrase out loud, but I still don't really get it. Eventually, I hear footsteps coming down the stairs. From the rhythm, it sounds like Kokoro. Is it school time? Morning, Kokoro. She's so cute that I can't help but smile as I pour her a glass of barley tea. I take the cold glass and touch it to her cheek. A bizarre scream resounds through the cafe. Good morning, Kokoro.
兄さん、私いつの間に1階に降りたんだっけ？
You just came down.
おかしいな。まだ着替えてる途中だった気がしたんだけど。
She looks very confused, but I assume she fell asleep again while changing out of her pajamas. Actually, why did you change into your uniform this morning?
あ、今日は水泳部の見学に行くの。
Swim team?
そうそう。で、ついでに泳がせてもらうの。
So basically you just want to cool down in the pool.
だって泳ぎたいんだもん。
What about breakfast?
今日は大丈夫。お昼も友達と食べる約束してるから。
Okay. Since summer vacation started, both my sisters have been waking up at random, usually late times, so I haven't been making breakfast for them much lately. And it's hot outside today, so be careful.
大丈夫だよ。
She pats her skirt pocket.
塩キャンディーあるし。泳ぎに行くんだもん。
Oh, it's a good thing she carries those, huh? Well, have fun then. See you.
あっと。
She starts to head for the door, but then stops, turns around, and comes up to me. Ayo? She stands on tiptoes and kisses me on the lips.
人工呼吸。
After saying something nonsensical, she immediately turns around and marches out the door. Then immediately... Well, yeah. I hear a voice so loud that I wonder if the neighbors might complain. That was... interesting. I don't really know what to say to that one. Take it easy. For a while, nothing else happens. The past several weeks have been so eventful that I wonder if this is the universe trying to pull things back into balance. Today is already shaping up to be one of those days where nothing happens at all. Before I can ponder any further, though, the front door opens and someone comes in. What up, Kyoko? It's Kyoko in her shrine maiden clothes. Welcome?
暑いです。
Yes, it is, isn't it? I'm not sure whether she's here as a customer or just dropping by to visit. but I pour her a glass of barley tea anyway. Well, have a glass.
ありがとうございます。
She downs it in one go, unusually for her.
生き返りました。
So, Kyoko, what's with the shrine maiden clothes?
すみません。帰ります。
Slow down, I'm not trying to kick you out. In fact, I'm so bored that I'd be glad to have some company.
そうですか？いえ、私はここにいろと言われれば、一生ここにいてもいいですが。
It's always one extreme or the other with you. As I stare at her in disbelief, she brushes her sweaty bangs off her forehead.
その巫女服なのは神社でいつものように手伝いをしていたんです。
Uh-huh.
そろそろ夏祭りがあって、盆踊りや夜店をうちで仕切るので、必要なものをいろいろと買いに来て。
Uh-huh.
暑かったんです。
Ha ha ha. So she's just taking shelter from the heat in the middle of running errands then. You don't have to always come in as a customer, you know. You're always very welcome to visit as a friend.
ありがとうございます。
She smiles awkwardly.
でも、やっぱり帰ります。手伝いの途中でしたの。
Sure, I mean, if you asked me to ditch watching the cafe so I can hang out with you, I wouldn't be able to say yes either.
今度こそ、ちゃんと遊びに来ます。友達ですから。
We sure are. I'll call you to make plans later. Talking about her attire and her work at the shrine reminds me of something important. It reminds me, Kyoko, there's somewhere I want you to take me one of these days.
はい、どこへなりとも。
You don't have to be so serious about it. I just wanted to visit Suzuka's grave.
ああ、
She nods.
そうですね。行きましょう。
It's interesting.
で
So,
も、なんだか誠くんにしては急というか、夏にお墓参りだなんて普通のお話ですね。
not that I'm overlooking whatever Suzuka's role was back there, but did she kind of give us a helping hand? Even so, it was really never a real Suzuka, but one that was kind of made from the combination of our powers. Like, I don't know. I want to say she gave us a helping hand there, like a last chance. Yeah, well, I've been wanting to say thank you to her.
ありがとう。
Well,
追求したいわけではなかったんです。それで
she becomes flustered at my vague reply.
は、また。
Good luck with your shopping, Kyoko. I wave goodbye to her, but it seems she's not done here yet. She doesn't turn back on her way to the door either. She just doesn't budge in the first place.
誠くん、たまには、お慈悲をいただいてもよろしいでしょうか。
My grace? No, yeah, I know. I mean, this is already the second time today. As she looks up at me with eyes full of longing, I take her in my arms. I feel the curves of her body pressed against me. As we kiss, I slip my hand past the folds of her clothes into her cleavage. Are we dead? Like, is this just like our afterlife and we just have a harem now? She surrenders to my touch, moaning softly. I almost want to go all the way, but no, that would be too much. I think this is already way too
あ
much.
りがとうございます。
Stepping away from me, she readjusts her collar, blushing deeply. No, thank you.
その、
She looks down. Is it just my imagination, or is she looking at my...
私、舐めるくらいな、おはよう。
Ayo. Whoa. Kyoko jumps at the sudden voice, and so do I.
うるさいわね。マナちゃん、こんにちは。朝の挨拶は、おはようよ。
Well, it's almost noon.
私は寝起きなのよ。
Mana does still seem pretty sleepy as she walks toward us from the staircase, grumbling.
というか、何をしてるの？あなたたちは。
When a beautiful girl like Kyoko comes on to you, you don't say no.
そんな、美人だなんて。京子、帰りなさい。はい。
This time she leaves right away.
待ちなさい。はい。
Leaving aside her rudeness, I don't understand why Mana would want to stop Kyoko from leaving. As I look at her confused, she walks towards me, an intent look in her eyes.
動かないで、お兄ちゃん。
And then... Yo, so, what, do we just have like a imaginary harem of some sort? Or is this real life? Like, where's Hotaru? What happened? Mana kisses me right in front of Kyoko. Oh yeah, look at her eyes. She even sticks her... come on, man. That's too much. This is all too much. After tormenting me for a good while, she steps back and sighs with satisfaction.
動いていい。
I groan, clutching my crotch. Oh my god.
京子もまだいたのね。帰りなさい。ついでに、ドーナツを焼いて、私を待っていなさい。はい。
She flies out the door so fast that I'm sure she would have listened to Mana's commands even if they weren't kotodamas. You're going to Kyoko's house later then.
3時のおやつに。
Mana looks around the cafe.
誰もいないわね。
Yeah, I don't have anything to do.
あ、そう。
She scratches her head and then gets a determined look in her eyes again.
お昼まで、もう少し寝るわ。
Good night then?
今のうちに寝ておけば、夜が楽しみですものね。
I don't personally like the sound of that. She smiles seductively and then sticks out her tongue at me before going back upstairs. Yeah. When a beautiful girl comes onto you, you don't say no. So there's one more heroine that we have yet to see here. Alright then. Back to enjoying this perfectly normal, uneventful day. It's halfway through lunchtime and I'm starting to wonder whether we'll have a single customer today when the person I've been waiting for arrives.
Bonjour, Makoto-san!
Well, yeah, I guess she's alive, I think. Hotaru throws the front door wide open and approaches the counter. Hey.
Yeah!
She folds up her parasol and props it up against the wall.
あ、何ですか？開店休業状態じゃないですか。
Pretty much, though I don't know why you burst through the door like that if you're only realizing that now.
いいじゃないですか。私だってこの喫茶折り紙の臨時看板娘なんですから。
Fair enough. I don't have anything to do anyway. I start to pour yet another glass of barley tea.
あ、喉は渇いていないので大丈夫です。
Really? Isn't it hot outside though?
夏は暑くて当然なものですから。
Don't you hate summer? I know you don't like the heat.
いいね。私、暑いの大好きです。それに、あなたも大好きです。
I can't help but smile at such a direct expression of her affection. I love you too, Hotaru. She laughs oddly.
誠さん、
What?
浮気したら承知しませんからね。
I would never. What? What did she sense?
あ、やっぱり何かあったんだ。
You tricked me. I cradle my head in my hands.
はあ、もう困るな。私の処女を3回も奪っておいて、あれだけ愛を語って、この手たら。
I'll never cross that final line though. I'll defend it with my life.
そんな一戦、崩壊寸前もいいところではないですか。
Is that my fault though?
日頃の行いのせいでしょうね。まあ、ホタルもあの3人は好きですから、多めに見ます。心に限れば 3P もいいんじゃないかって思いますし。
Okay, maybe this is the best timeline. Anyway, are you here as a customer today or did you come just to hang out?
遊びにですが、後でお昼はいただこうと思っています。
Lunch, huh? Just let me know what you want. It doesn't have to be on the menu.
ケーキ。
I don't think that really counts as a lunch.
では、おにぎりときんぴらと卵焼き。
That sounds like the kind of lunch that would fit great in a lunchbox. I can't help but grin.
今度、ピクニックにでも行きましょうか。
She smiles cutely and then looks behind me.
あずきさん、まことさん、お借りしますね。どうぞ、ご自由に。
Azuki-san's voice replies from the back of the house.
好き放題していいそうです。
I don't think that's exactly what that meant. Yeah, definitely. I sigh as I take off my apron. Hotaru holds out her hand to me in an elegant motion.
さあ、行きましょう。
Yes, let's. I'd love to. Holding hands, we head outside. Oh, hey, yo, hold on. This is the main theme. The air is hot. The sky is blue.
夏ですね。
Smiling Hotaru unfurls her parasol.
何かこう、最近暇ですし、人生観が変わるようなめちゃくちゃなこと、起こりませんかね？
No, I'm good. I feel like all kinds of things like that were happening until a week ago.
あんなもの、もう過ぎ去りし日々ですよ。
The parasol twirls around and around. Hotaru, have you noticed anything wrong since that day?
いいえ、今のところ何も。
She cocks her head as if checking if anything feels off about herself.
ただ、自分のベースがどちらのホタルなのか、それがあやふやですね。もうちょっとはっきりすると思っていたのに。
Huh, I see.
意外とそんなものなのでしょう。
She tilts the parasol back and stretches her hand into the air.
届きそう。
Maybe you can. I look up too. Damn, Makoto's got a fat ass. I know, this is supposed to be serious, I'm sorry.
ねえ、誠さんはこの夏が終わったら旅立とうって考えていたんですよね。
Yeah, I was thinking that, way back at the beginning. That was even before Azuki-san collapsed.
いいんじゃないですかね。
Huh?
旅に言霊は使えなくなったみたいですけど、他の場所にもあなたを必要としている人はきっといる。あなたは前にしか歩けない人で、本当の力はその意志の強さだから。ボンボヤージュって言ったじゃないですか。
Vaguely. I didn't know what it meant though.
良い旅をです。
I see. Wait, what? Now that I think back, there definitely was a Hotaru who said bon voyage to me once. She said it to me after she suddenly kissed me in the classroom one day. I told both the last Hotaru and the original Hotaru about that kiss, but of course I didn't mention every word we exchanged before and after. Who is Hotaru really? I hereby reunite Minazuki Hotaru. Ah, well, whatever. There's no point in thinking about it. But Hotaru,
はいはい。
this is very hypothetical, but if I do go on another journey, can I make you my place to come back to?
何を言ってるんですか。
She rolls her eyes at me.
その時は私も一緒に行きますよ。
Perfect. I see. I suppress the urge to burst out laughing and simply nod instead. That's a very inviting proposal. Yeah, let's go together. As far as we like. This is a blessed world packed full of happiness.
ずっと一緒よ。
She holds her parasol out to the sky.
秋と冬と春の空も、私はあなたの隣で見上げるわ。
I'd love that.
ねえ、誠さん、
What?
あなたは今何色ですか？
I think back to the day we first met. Back then I wasn't any color yet. But now, I know what color I am. After all, it's right here spread out in front of me. I like the parallels with the other ending there. That's nice. Yeah, just say it already, like blue or whatever. I'm the color of the summer sky. Or that. I guess that works too. And I think we're done. I think we are donezo. Yep, here's our credits yet again. And we get the main theme in like a little bit of a different mix here, which is tight. I think this ending's a little lacking compared to the first one that we got out of the Hotaru routes here. I don't know, like, I guess you could call this the true ending because everyone is alive and happy. We found a proper, agreed upon conclusion for the Hotarus. In comparison to Makoto sacrificing himself and also doing a flip-flop of the Hotarus in order for only one of them to live. In this one, a sacrifice of his powers allowed him to live and also to do the big ol' kotodama necessary to not only do the flip-flop with consent, but also to try and combine the Hotarus together. And honestly, it seems like it's not just those two Hotarus that were combined together. It might be all of them that ever existed, which means Hotaru more than ever is truly a complete person. More so than what we saw out of her previous ending. Which, I like all that, I do, but it kind of just jumped to like, alright, everything is fine now, and oh yeah, haha, Makoto's got that harem because he hasn't learned. I don't know. I feel like there was more of, I don't know, purpose? I don't know if that's the right word to use. I feel like Makoto really showed that he was human and that he has learned so much in order to sacrifice himself the way he did. On the opposite side of it, I guess you can counter argue that nope, he's just doing the same shit he's been doing this entire story. Sacrificed himself to try and save Azuki, sacrificed himself almost to save Mana, this and that. I mean, both are good. Both are really good endings, and if anything, I am happy to see everybody happy. All the characters were really fun in their own ways, and obviously, Hotaru best girl, so yeah, alright. Nothing else? No, we're done.
Amatsutsumi.
We are absolutely done. There's nothing else here. We really just got that brisk ending, like, thrown at us, huh? Gamers, we did it. It took some time. It really did take some time, but we got through it, and I hope that you all enjoyed the journey. I hope that you all enjoyed my outlook on some of these things, my commentary, my opinions here and there, in order to make this journey just a little bit more of a different one, having me along for the ride. Oh, nope, I forgot. We don't want to do that.
Amatsutsumi.
Yep, let's go to a menu of some sort. There's a lot that I can really say about this because, 54 episodes? I think somebody actually predicted, like, way early on that it was going to take 54 episodes to complete this or around that. So, congrats to whoever maybe predicted the actual length of this playthrough, but obviously it took some time to get through this, and there's a lot to unpack here and there. There's probably a lot of hints that still kind of went under the radar for me. A lot of really well hidden tips here and there, but all in all, I mean, this was a fantastic ride, and I think a really, really fun time. Was this the best story I've ever come across? No, and it's definitely got some flaws. I mean, the structure, I think, makes sense. It allows for character development to retain. So once you go through everybody's story, you know, they don't just go back to how they were. They have developed. They're characters that will stay developed to the very end, which I really do appreciate. And man, I really wish that, obviously Makoto grew as a person and was able to make the decisions he did here at the very end because of that. But I would have really liked to see like involvement from Kokoro, Kyoko, and Mana here at the very end. We saw Suzuka make a little bit of an appearance again in order to help us out. Which was a nice little cameo from her story, like 40 episodes ago, or how many it was. I just feel like, because Makoto even said it there at the end, you know, two heads or multiple heads better than one. Why didn't we, you know, involve our friends with this? Obviously, Kyoko has the power to see ghosts, so it's very similar to what nonsense was going on here with Hotaru, which wasn't too explained other than like she really didn't want to die, therefore a copy of herself emerged. Mana, being a very good kotodama user, could have been very helpful here. she probably could have even prevented Makoto from losing his kotodama powers if everybody was just working together. Kokoro, I don't know what the fuck her involvement would be, but I am still kind of irritated that here at the very end, she doesn't know the truth. She doesn't, and that's something that will bother me, I guess, going forward all the way to the end here, because it's a fake family. I guess you can say that it's real now because no kotodama can be spoken from Makoto to cancel that out, but it just kind of rubs me the wrong way that kind of went down. I feel like he could have easily integrated himself into the family more naturally by proper character development instead of just forcing his way in, creating the conflict with Kokoro, or creating a conflict or whatever. But now everybody has feelings for him, naturally or not, and that be how it be. Yeah, there obviously, as I'm saying this, there's so much to unpack here about everybody's story, about what we just witnessed. I really think that finally getting here to the end, again, it took some fucking time. It took some grinding in the dungeons, but we got here, and I'm really happy we were able to get here and experience a really well conclusion to this. I was very impressed with the reveal involving the Hotarus. I thought that was a pretty good deal that they had going on there. A little confusing at first with how things were handled in the first ending that we got out of these two, but it made some sense, and there's cleverness. There's always a very good pinch of cleverness in how these are resolved, because I straight up didn't think shit was going to get resolved in the first ending, and then here in this one would be the one where shit does get resolved. I honestly thought that everybody was just going to fucking die and Makoto was going to be all alone. Yeehaw, but nope. I was wrong, and that's okay. I was pleasantly surprised. And I will have to say, just because, you know, there were some moments of some impactful emotion. Azuki on her deathbed, and also a bit of the first ending of the Hotaru stuff here. Those ones got me. Those ones definitely got me. Azuki's seen a little bit more, but I would have to say for that one, I kind of feel like she should have died. Azuki is a really cool character, and I'm glad she got to live because she, you know, was around more. But I don't know. I mean, if she were to pass on, then I feel like that would have been a really good, like, stepping stone for not only Makoto, but also for Kokoro to grow. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of nitpicking that I can do, but no, it was a good story how it was all laid out. I was very impressed, and yeah, my first Purple Software game, so I got to experience some of the gold here. Fantastic, yeah. Probably my first and only that you will see on the channel. I've talked about this before, but this playthrough probably won't last too long here on YouTube. I don't know what Purple Software has in store for dealing with Let's Plays of their games, but there's multiple of their games having Let's Plays here on the platform, and they have no public guidelines, but I guess they get to state what their rules are without there being anything for us to rely on, so that's great. So I might choose to privatize or something along those lines this playthrough and eventually get rid of it, which sucks because this was honestly a lot of fun. I'm not showing you all the game in full. I'm going through the journey with you all, inviting you all on this journey, but never with the intention of this being a replacement. I truly believe you guys, if you guys haven't already, go out and buy this game. You can look up where to get it, I'm sure. I can't really state it because then I'll get in trouble, but yeah, I mean, go out and get this game. I mean, it's a good buy. I think this is a good story to maybe re-experience on your own. Take it with you on that Steam Deck. If you don't have a Steam Deck, then get a Steam Deck and take it with you and experience the story again, but for yourself. Read at your own pace and all that. And I think maybe then you can look back on some of my thoughts and opinions and, you know, see what I thought here and how far off I was and all that. I don't know. I do tend to go back through my own playthroughs to see how fucked I was with my opinions and my predictions and this and that. I recently did a whole video on my Higurashi stuff, just picking out my my chapter conclusion predictions, see how far off I was going forward, and times I was far off, and at times I was pretty on it. But no, there's many reasons to pick up the game for sure, and I don't see this as a replacement for the game. Some may, but it's whatevs. Hopefully this playthrough can continue to exist on YouTube for people to check it out, and therefore pick up the game for themselves. All in all, you know, not talking shit about Purple Software, even so it sounds like I am. No, this game was well put together. The dynamic text box is really cool system. If I do ever pick up another Purple Software title, I guess I get to look forward to that. The characters were so neatly designed. The CGs are stunning. Probably some of the best CGs of characters and environments that I've ever come across. I haven't played too many visual novels, but goddamn are they good. Anatomy at times a little wonky, but other than that, you know, still nice to look at in every which way. There's a lot of good things to say about this title, and again, some flaws here and there, and I'd have to pick some out. Probably if I do a review video, which maybe I might, just maybe. But I think that's all I have to say here. And obviously I'll be in the comments if you guys want to point some stuff out, and I'll definitely be there in the comments to respond and this and that going forward. Let me know your thoughts on this game, guys. Like, how was the journey for you guys? What did you guys think of my opinions here and there, my experiences, and how stupid was I at times? This and that. Like, let me know what you guys thought of this playthrough. And of course, if you have suggestions for other things to play, I'm always open to them. Doesn't mean I'm ever going to get around to them, but I'm open to suggestions. And if you enjoyed this playthrough and you want to see more from me, like I said, I've done Higurashi before. I've got Steins Gate up on here. I've got a whole bunch of stuff. Not even visual novels, even some games. And there's a lot of stuff planned. Not really, but it sounds good to say that. Definitely subscribe if you want to see more of my content. It's really what I'm getting at here. I try to put out as much as I can. Same commentary style. Nothing's out of the ordinary for anything else. So yeah, I'd definitely like to have you guys along for some more rides. But that is it for me. I've got nothing else to say. I'm very happy I was able to get done with this playthrough a little quicker than I wanted to, but again, I don't know how long this playthrough gets to last on YouTube, so had to get her done quick. Here at the end, a little bit of a burst, but we got it done. And I'm happy to say that, yes, Amatsutsumi finished here on the channel. Again, if you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to check out all my other stuff. Super appreciative for all the support on this playthrough, and I hope to see you guys in another one. Take it easy, everyone.